Hey, how are you? Ready to go for a run?
Running connects us to a rush of energy that flows through our world. The cheers of friends that unlock a new gear within us. The intersection of interests that inspires a run crew. The support that gets you over the finish line. Connection is why we move forward and what inspires us to keep going. Let's run there. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Boy, is it interesting in the world of politics at this hour. Dominic Carter here with you, folks. The number to reach us live this hour. And I really want to hear from you, folks. Let's talk about what's happening in Washington. 800-848-9222. One Democrat, one Republican forced to resign from Congress. Tremendous fall for each of them. But the broader question that I have for you folks that seems to surface every few decades: how are these sleazebags elected to office in the first place and we don't see it coming? All of this as the socialist mayor of New York City. And folks, you're listening from around the country. This could happen in your community as well. Mom Donnie set to open a city-run grocery store, which is coming up next year, if it ever materializes at all. At this, as he continues to run away police officers from the greatest police force in the country. Let's get to the headlines, and we see your calls coming in. We'll be beginning momentarily with them. Eric Swalwell, his shameful meltdown, the rape claims, the spy scandal, and it just seems to be one big embarrassing moment, and you knew that he was done. There was no way, and it's the same script for all of these politicians when they go down this road. They are cold busted, for lack of a better term. They're in complete denial, thinking they're going to survive. He tried to stay in the race for governor. He thought by suspending his campaign for governor, that would be enough. And then 24 hours later, party leaders said, buddy, you have got to go. This is the Fox News channel on the outgoing congressman.
Eric Swalwell is resigning from Congress. He said this in a statement: I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegation made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make. I am aware of efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of an allegation being made is wrong, but it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress.
And so he is out, but he's not the only one. Coming up this morning, Congressman Tony Gonzalez is calling it quits after the affair that he admitted to with all of the texting scandal. And this is with the married staffer who was on his staff, and she fatally set herself on fire. So he, too, dropped his reelection bid. And I don't know, folks, it just seems to me that Republican and Democrat leadership got together and they said, you eat one of your own, we'll eat one of our own, because it's a bit ironic that they're coming at the same time. That is Swalwell and Gonzalez. And so Gonzalez, who was expected to retire later on today from Congress, tweeted out, there's a season for everything and God has a plan for us all. Well, Congressman Gonzalez, did God have a plan with you when you were doing the nasty with your staffer and then lying about it up until recently? And her husband had to hang on to this and did not let it go. So One Democrat, one Republican, and there are still others that may be ousted this week by Congress over financial scandals. And again, as I said at the top of the program, it seems to surface every few decades where these sleazebags are elected to office. How do they get there in the first place? And we don't see it coming. President Trump on the defensive, if you will. It seems that no one can take a joke over the Jesus thing that he posted and then took it down, right? And of course, the left and the media, they're going crazy. Are you comparing yourself to Jesus? Are you saying you're Jesus? The president responded.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better. As an example, the 11,000, I understand your husband's going through treatment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's going through some very serious cancer treatment, so
yes, sir.
This goes a long way.
Yes, sir, it sure does.
Yeah.
And the woman you heard there was the DoorDash delivery woman, and no tax on tips. She's giving President Trump credit for saving her some $11,000, and that's money that can go a long way. Her husband has cancer, and they find themselves in tough times. And so she was at the White House delivering McDonald's to the president. We see all your telephone calls. You know what? Wait a minute. Before I go on to Mom Donnie, the mayor of New York City, a call just popped out at me. You know, every now and then they just pop out at you. Walter in Baltimore says that Swalwell should not have resigned. Huh? Line 4, Walter. Explain yourself. Is this accurate, what I see on my screen? Walter, you need a working phone. You there, Walter? Your phone, I'm going to try one more time. Walter, you should never call a radio show, but I guess you don't know that your phone is acting up. I can't hear words you're saying. I'm going to try one more time. Are you there? No, there's something wrong with your phone. Okay, Walter, thank you. Thank you for the call. Let's see here. Let's go to John in Reno, line 3. John, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic.
Hi, John.
The problem with these congressmen is we've moved away from a Judeo-Christian society where sex was for procreation to a society of easy birth control, distributed in 6th, 7th grade. Sex is recreational, and it's turned.
Okay, wait, John. What does birth control have to do with these horny congressmen?
Well, they look at sex as recreation. The more of it, the better, like tennis or golf.
Wait, John. What man you know doesn't look at sex as recreational or as a good time? What man, let's be honest now, what man doesn't look at sex as recreational?
Well, in the sports world, there's AC Green of the Lakers. In law, there's Clarence Thomas. These are good Christian people, Dominic.
Wait. You mentioned the basketball player. How do you know what he does behind closed doors?
Oh, he's very public about his Christianity.
Yeah, well, that's what he says. And I want to believe him. But the first rule in journalism reporting is that we verify everything. We don't believe anything. So these members of Congress, they talk the same good game in terms of family values, and I was a prosecutor that stood up for women, blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is look at the tape of Swalwell with that woman, the way he's aggressively throwing his tongue down her throat, and she doesn't look like she's even interested at all. But go ahead with your point, John.
Yeah, we gambling, sex, and drugs have increased tremendously. Alcoholism's gone down. But sex addiction, gambling addiction, and drug addiction are through the roof, Dominic. And
I hear you, but there's still no excuse for these guys being able to fool the public and get to Congress. How is it, you're talking about values in life, how is it that people like this are elected? That's the question I have. They're sheep's in wolf's clothing, or wolf in sheep's clothing, I should say. How do they get elected in the first place?
The circles that they run in tolerate that behavior. The way to change that is by electing more conservative Christian Republicans.
But that's easier said than done. Very easier said than done. Thank you very much, John. Let's go to Greg in Michigan, line 4. Greg, good morning. What part of Michigan are you in?
Very good. Thanks for taking my call, Dominic. Mr. Positive, I'm in Shelby Township, Michigan, a little bit outside of Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And I got to ask you, have you ever heard of the beautiful Evelyn Carter? She's a PhD, and she talks about racism. I'm reading her book, and she's fantastic.
No, I don't read about racism, so I have no idea. Why would I read about that?
Well, it's just something that it's a very well-written book, and it's just something
okay. It's well-written. Why would wait? I want you to think about this now, because you just made a slip. Why would I sit down and read that? You think I sit down and read every book about racism?
Oh, no. It's just
okay. So why are you asking me if I read the book?
Well, I just what I would have brought up Ayn Rand, objectivism, but I'm not reading that book right now. I'm reading by Evelyn Carter.
Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand why, Greg. I don't understand why you call a talk show to ask me if I'm reading a book about racism. What's the point?
Well, just that I'm a reader.
Okay, but so you're calling me. You're calling to tell the audience that you're a reader. What's the point of the call? I'm trying to get you to move on.
Oh, okay. The point of the call is about how do you feel about what Trump said about the Pope? And do you think it's justified? And do you think a political figure should take this stance when it comes to something so close?
I'll tell you my opinion. What's your opinion?
Oh, I think he's not justified in that.
And why not? And why not? And why not?
Well, then I guess it would be the distinction between religion and politics. Well,
okay, so wait a minute. So let me make sure I got this right. So Pope Leo can criticize President Trump all he wants to, and President Trump is supposed to turn the other cheek. Is that what you're telling me?
Do you think he actually criticized?
No. Stop playing this game of asking me a question when I ask you a question. Do you think that President Trump should turn the other cheek when the Pope is criticizing him?
No, he's articulating the biblical.
You just said, but okay. You know what, Greg? You got to figure out what your positions are before you call a show. You call up, you insult me.
You think everything is
and look, cut him off. You call up insulting me and you don't even realize. I think you're one of these closet liberals, and you're all the same. You call up, hey, Dominic, I'm reading this book on racism. It's a great book. Have you read it? Implying that I'm supposed to. I don't believe that racism exists. So why would I sit down reading a book about racism? 1, I read about politics. 2, you want to criticize President Trump on the Pope, but you try and disguise it by asking me my opinion. I'm going to say what the women always say to men. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If the Pope, and I understand his position in the world, if the Pope, the first American Pope, can criticize the President of the United States, the President of the United States can fire back and criticize the Pope. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And I am trying to get to the mayor of New York City who wants to open this city-owned grocery store in East Harlem. Plus, he's running away every police officer. He's doing exactly what he wants to do. But given the volume of calls, I'm trying to stick with your telephone calls. Folks, do me a favor. Do me a favor, folks. And sometimes it's a good thing that you hear things, right? So Greg in Michigan just called up, and I had a clear blue sky. Now, you got limited time to talk to me on the radio. And he starts out by asking me if I'm reading a book on racism. These liberals are the absolute worst. Why would you ask me? Would you ask another host on this network? Are they reading a book on racism? They don't even see their racism that's right in front of them. They think they're so charming. They think they're so smart. Oh, no, let me ask you a question. No, let me keep asking you questions. Let me ask you this. Oh, let's go to David, line 5, New Rochelle. David, what's on your mind?
First of all, the Pope should be worried about all the pedophile priests. Take care of those guys. Put them away. He should be making restitution for all those young men and maybe some young ladies that were affected by those creeps. He should do something about all the schools closing in New York City, all those Catholic schools, and now kids were put out of school. You know all about that. And as far as Modani and the money for the supermarkets, what they should do is simply make a SNAP City program like the federal government has. Just take the monies that would cost $30 billion or something, or 30, however that crazy figure to build supermarkets. Just put it in a fund, invest it, and the people that qualify for it, give them a stipend, just like a SNAP benefit. So simple. So effective.
David, you're making too much sense, David. You're giving people a solution to stop them from being poor. We can't have that. We have to have a socialist that dangles nonsense in front of you that he's never going to deliver on. David, you're making way too much common sense there. You got the final word.
And Dominic, a program like that, you get Andrew Cuomo, who knows all about that. Probably in a week you could launch it. Work hard and launch it to people that qualify for it to show that they're working, medical issues, 1, 2, 3, boom, and shut this guy up. That's it.
Hey, there you go.
President Trump, keep it going. He's doing a great job.
There you go, David. Thank you for the great call. Let's go to Lou in San Francisco. Lou, what's on your mind?
Hi. I want to make one simple point.
Just go ahead and do it. Folks, you're driving me crazy. Why? The call screener tells you when you get on the air with me to get directly to the point. And then you get on the air and you want to set up what you want to talk about. Now, here's why, Lou, I asked you to get directly to the point. You don't know this. I have a hard network out in 20 seconds. So you just wasted your time because you want to set up what you wanted to tell me. So I'll give you the option if you want to hold, but it's going to be a few minutes of holding because I have to do another local segment, another segment, and then I'll be coming back to your calls. Folks, when you hit air, get to the point. Hit it and quit it. We're on very tight time frames. Time for a break. We're coming right back with more of your telephone calls. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
When it comes to same-day grocery delivery, Shipt knows your expectations are high. You didn't just order cookies. You ordered the coconut macaroons that power your afternoon meetings. And you definitely didn't just order baby carrots. You ordered the one veggie your kindergartner eats. With Shipt, you don't just order groceries. You order attentive service from detail-oriented personal shoppers. Try Shipt today with a 14-day free trial. Download the Shipt app or visit shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com. Terms apply.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Tax TaxAct's filing software and live tax experts can help small businesses easily knock out their taxes. Actually, our experts can help you find deductions and credits for any sized business. Itty-bitty businesses, medium-sized, really big, mid-sized, small businesses, companies with 0 employees, and mom-and-pop conglomerates. Yep, our tax experts can help all of them. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Hey, I like your new RAV4.
Thanks, yours too.
What does RAV stand for anyway?
To me, it's the Remarkably Advanced Vehicle.
Really? To me, it's the Runway Approved Vehicle for its amazing style.
What about Remarkably Adaptable Vehicle because of its versatile cargo space?
Or Really Admired Vehicle?
Oh, or Really Awesome Vehicle.
It really is the recreational activity vehicle. The stylish 2026 Toyota RAV4 Limited. What's your RAV4?
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
They will never have a nuclear weapon. Iran, you marking it down? Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that. And I think they will agree to it. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I am sure of it. If they don't agree, there's no deal. There'll never be a deal. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, and we're going to get the dust back. We'll get it back. Either we'll get it back from them or we'll take it.
And so President Trump on Iran. I'm going back to Lou in San Francisco in a moment. Lou, please be ready to go. I don't need you to set up a 5-minute conversation. I'm looking at some of the tweets I'm receiving. The lovely DMS. Where you been, DMS? You haven't called in a while. But DMS regarding that, I think Gregory in Michigan, where he asked me if I read the book on racism. DMS says, you're supposed to be disconnected from your life experience and read a book about someone else's intellectual dissertation on racism. I'm looking at a tweet, and I'm coming to Matt Blaze in a few minutes as well. I'm looking at a tweet from What's Going On There, and What's Going On There says, Dominic, Mom Donnie can stick his government cheese where the sun don't shine. I love the comment. What's going on there? But I used to eat some of that government cheese that leaves you constipated. Jilliana down under in Australia says, good day to you, Mr. Dominic TV. When are you coming to Australia? You need a decent holiday. Take care. God bless. Cheers, mate. Same to you, Jilliana. Cheers, mate. And Michael Pagan just sent me something on this author who shares the last name as I do. And Gregory in Michigan said, I just have to know her because she has the same name as I do. And of course she's a DEI. I don't know her. So I'm not going to knock her, but, I don't know. And then Michael says, I just looked into that book. The author is a DEI expert. That's turn off number 1 for me, whose book teaches readers how to detect racism in a country where they say it's not happening. He put that in quotes. Seems like trash. And I agree with you, Michael. Keep fighting the good fight, Dom. So here's why I get annoyed at stuff like that. This is the America that I know. I can't speak for everybody else. The America I know. Okay, the America I know is that if you're willing to get up off your you-know-what and you're willing to work, this country, every door is open to you. Why do you think people want to come here? My experience in America is America said, okay, black kid from the projects in the Bronx, we're going to give you a shot. We're going to let you come upstate, go to college. We're going to help you financially. We're going to pay for it. You're going to take some student loans so that you have some responsibility, which is the way it should be. And if you're willing to work, you can earn a college degree. And from there, I went on to a high-profile media career. And now I'm in a job working for a great company. And I can say this with all sincerity. I have not faced anything racial at my current job, or as a matter of fact, at my last job. That's not my experience. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm saying stop, use it as a crutch, and get up off your ass. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So, Lou, San Francisco, get to the point. Go ahead.
Going to make it real simple. Why didn't these women describe their problem 7 years ago? Period.
Now, Lou, you know that sounds mighty close like you're blaming the victim. You do realize that, right?
You bet. You bet.
Okay, so you think that that Mr. Swalwell is a Boy Scout?
They profited by.
How do you wait a minute? How do you know they profited?
Of course they did. Of course they did. They all got money. They got
and you know that factually. So people don't stand up. So these women are not standing up. I don't know what happened. I wasn't in the room. I wasn't on location. However, with it, no. Would you say that if it was your daughter? Would you say that the same bull you're running now? Would you say that if it was your daughter? You would. Okay, so wait a minute, Lou. So if your daughter came to you and said, "Daddy, this is what happened to me. A congressman did it," you're telling me you're going to blame your daughter?
That's her life. I raised her to have morals and standards, and she would never do that.
Lou. Hey, Lou, what does moral and standards have to do with a horny man in the midnight hour or a horny man once that door closes? It's almost like an alligator. That alligator's got you trapped, and there's only one way out now. Now, I wasn't there with these situations with the congressman. So you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4 that we know about. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all lying. They all got paid. That's what you're telling me, Lou, right?
They were all drunk. They all went with him.
Lou. If your daughter, do you have a daughter, Lou?
No.
Okay, well, that's why you're talking that nonsense. I have a daughter, a grown daughter, and I have a granddaughter. And alcohol, I said this the other night. Lou, I know you know that no means no. Did you see the video where the woman doesn't really want to kiss him and he's throwing his tongue?
That's not my point. My point.
Okay, so what's your point?
Wait, stop. Why didn't they?
Welcome to the Lou Show, where he's going to tell us that Swalwell did nothing wrong. Thank you for having me on the Lou Show. Thank you, Lou. So what's your point, Lou?
You don't get it.
Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, I want to know, why didn't they turn him in 7 years ago?
You do know, Lou, that some victims don't get up the courage, if ever, to talk. It's called a delayed reaction. And I know a thing or two about this. Some women don't ever talk. It takes Matt Blaze, help me out with Lou, because Lou thinks that Swalwell has done nothing wrong.
If I had a woman, if I had a daughter who had intelligence,
intelligence is going to stop a woman from being raped or sexually abused, huh? Intelligence is going to stop it. Lou, are you listening to yourself?
No, you don't get the point. You don't.
I get the point. I get the point. I almost said you're sounding like Archie Bunker, but I don't even think Archie Bunker would say the things that you're saying right now.
Bunker. Why didn't they turn him in 7 years ago?
Matt Blaze, you take a stab at this before I move on. Go ahead.
Lou, you don't think that Eric Swalwell has any culpability in this? You don't think that as a man that he can't control himself, that it's the woman's fault? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not my job.
What do you mean that's not your job?
No. I want to know why they didn't turn him in 7 years ago.
Dominic just explained to you why, because some women never speak. Some women feel embarrassed. Some women don't. They feel shame. They don't want to admit that it happened. I'm talking, Lou.
Wait a minute.
Lou, I'm going to put you down if you talk over me. Because, Lou, because maybe now she has the courage that she didn't have before. But I don't understand why you're not saying that Eric Swalwell has any culpability in this. He's the one that did this to her. You don't think that what he did was wrong? Yes or no?
Okay, listen to me.
No. I asked you a yes or no question. Yes or no?
Give me a second.
No. Yes or no?
Yeah, Lou, your time is about up. So answer his question.
Give me a second.
No.
Quickly. Okay, Matt.
No. It's a yes or no question. No one wants to answer yes or no questions. It's yes or no. Does he have culpability? Yes or no?
In the state of California, there are 9 Democrats running for governor.
Okay, I can't listen to this anymore. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lou. I can't listen to this anymore. Lou, you're done. Take your backward thinking self. I mean, I can't believe that anybody in their right mind would try to defend Swalwell at this case. Let's continue with the calls. And Matt Blaze, I needed you to step in there because, you can explain. As we both said, some women never come forward.
And he asked the same question, and then you gave him an answer, and then he asked the same question again. Did you not hear the answer? We just told you why. He don't want to hear the answer.
He doesn't want to hear the answer. He just wants to hear that they got paid, all of this nonsense. Let's go to Patrick, line 3 in New Jersey. Patrick, what's on your mind?
Good morning.
Good morning.
That guy's a moron. Number one, I just want to say I have tremendous respect for you, Dominic Carter. I love your show.
Thank you.
I wish you were on for 4 hours.
Oh, boy.
And guess what? I just got a new puppy tonight.
All right. You're right up Matt Blaze territory.
Wait,
what type of puppy?
Yeah, what kind of puppy?
Shih Tzu-Poodle mix. She's 12 weeks old.
So she's going to be small. Those are little dogs.
Yes, there's the one. And I have a pug and a Dachshund, mini Dachshund.
Wow. Did you see the other day? If you haven't seen it, you should go back and look. It's on my Twitter. It's on Matt's Twitter. He put a page of Samantha, his German Shepherd. She's still young.
Yes,
I
heard him talking.
Yes,
I heard him talking about his dog.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about doggy daycare, and because then he's going to start with my cat, and my cat means the world to me. Hey, Patrick,
you need another puppy, Dominic. Get another puppy.
You know what, Patrick? I'm going to be honest with you. I've tried. I just can't. I don't think I'll ever get over losing my dog. I've tried.
There'll be a time. You wait, give it some time, but maybe in the months or next year, all of a sudden you'll tell your wife.
It's been about 2.5 years
puppy.
since he passed away, but
yeah.
I don't think it was too painful for me. But Patrick, thank you for the great telephone call. Let's go to Sal, line 2 in New Jersey. Sal, what's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. Dominic, the reason why so many people vote like Mamdani and all these other bad Democrats is because they look at them on the surface. They vote with their emotions and not with their intellect. I was talking with a woman the other day, and she said
they vote with how you look. If they like the way you look, they vote for you. They don't know anything about your policies. Go ahead, Sal.
Right. Because I was talking to a woman the other day, and she says, "Oh, I love Mamdani," and I says he's so wonderful because he's got a beautiful smile and he's so charming. They don't look at his record. They don't look at what he stands for. They didn't research what he was doing all his life. They vote with their emotions.
You're correct, Sal. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Sherry, upstate New York, line 1. Sherry, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. Electricity. is what I want to talk about. NYSEG, you there, Dominic?
I'm listening.
Okay. NYSEG is billing like thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars a month. And we have some Democratic Congressman, Josh Riley, fighting. But here's my concern. People up here seem to want Kathy Hochul because Bruce Blakeman, who I'm a Republican, is not asserting himself as far as the electrical bills. Kathy Hochul has caused it, but we need Bruce Blakeman to step up to the plate and not just do a 60-second commercial, actually understand exactly how this thing is working. NYSEG is owned by a foreign company. There's another company up here called Central Hudson that they also own. This should be something maybe even President Trump might want to get involved in, because it's foreign owned and they bill thousands of dollars. They bill for non-usage.
Sherry, these high electrical bills are outrageous, and I often think, and I got to take a break, Sherry. I went over the time allotment because I wanted you to have your say. I often think about senior citizens that are on a fixed income and how in the world you're supposed to live today with medical costs, food costs, rent, and these electrical bills that are through the roof. I think Bruce Blakeman, to your point, Sherry, I think he does understand, and I do think he's the real deal. And it's a Democrat state, but I think that Blakeman has a shot. Sherry, thank you for the call. Please call in the future. We'd love to hear from you. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, John Stamos and Cologuard here. So look, you're 45 or older and at average risk. You know what? That probably means it's time for colon cancer screening. Look, it doesn't start at 55 or 50 or even 46. If you're 45, you've got to prioritize getting screened because if it's found early, it's highly treatable. So get going. See if Cologuard is the right test for you.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Cocktails up here feel just right. Is Cambria amazing? All right. Bring a date, your team, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com. See you on the roof.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. So when you host a talk show, you get a lot of calls, a lot of different perspectives, and you have to let things like flow off your back, like water, just run off your back and not let it bother you. But a saying from when I was a kid, I'm fit to be tied. Based on the call that we got from Greg. We've got two members of Congress stepping down for hanky-panky, and he starts off the conversation. And this is the treatment that I've received from liberals all my life. And he starts out the conversation by asking me if I've read a book on DEI. Now, Matt Blaze, I know we're short on time. How many years have we worked together now?
That would be 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Have you ever asked me if I read a book on DEI or, for that matter, said anything racial in 4 years?
No.
We talk to each other like human beings, right?
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous that you'd call up a radio station and ask the host if you've ever read a certain book.
No, let's keep it real. Ask the black host.
Yeah, the black host. And I guess I'm talking about just even in just general terms.
Right.
Like, why would you call a radio station and ask anybody if they read a book? Because the answer is yes or no. And if they say no, then it's just, what are you going to say? There's nowhere to go with that conversation. But
I think he wanted to plug this book. And he thought by trying to find a backdoor way to engage me.
Or what is he trying to say? Like, hey, I'm reading this book on racism, black host. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is he saying?
No, I mean,
trying to show that right. I'm reading the book. Power to the people. I'm reading the book on racism. Like, what are you doing? It's crazy.
Oh boy. Let's go to Vincent in Brooklyn, line 2. Vincent, what's on your mind?
Good evening, Dominic. Dominic, like so many of our problems in our state and in our city, they can be traced back to Andrew Cuomo's governorship. Like the problem with the no bail, no jail. The problem with the utilities all started when he was getting pressured by the Greenies to close down Indian Point, and that's in the aftermath of Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island. Kathy Hochul exacerbated that problem because Steve Moore on his Saturday show said that Kathy Hochul granted the power companies and the gas company during her tenure across the state 13 rate hikes. So here's the hustle. She raises the property taxes on everybody and on the businesses and everything. Their taxes are going to go up because they're going to have to pay out more money for the taxes. But here's the wink and the nod. They go to the Public Service Commission and submit a rate increase so that, I'm putting it in simple numbers, if their bills were raised $1,000 because of the property tax, they get $5,000 in rate increases. And Steve Moore said that she granted them, and I believe it because I'm a property owner and I've seen what the bills were and what the bills are now, and she granted them. She made a bad thing.
I hear you, Vincent. I have to step in. I hear you. The bills are outrageous. Folks, one day we have to do a show on this topic. I've got to call it a night, and I'll be back 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?